Good morning, beautiful. Hi, I'm Jordan James, and this is Good Deeds Buffalo. I want to thank the Hispanic Heritage Council of Western New York for sponsoring this episode and allowing me the opportunity to take the time to give back and highlight the good deeds of the city of good neighbors that often go unnoticed. On Good Deeds Buffalo, the Buffalo Western New York community will nominate someone for their good deed. This person is kind, loving, and puts everyone around them first. At random, I will select someone to showcase and thank. On the last episode of Good Deeds Buffalo, I sat down with Kaz Rodriguez, the founder of the Hispanic Heritage Council of Western New York, to learn how his quest to preserve the Hispanic heritage locally turned into a reality 10 years ago, creating Western New York's Hispanic Heritage Council, with a mission to foster and inspire awareness, understanding, and appreciation of past, present, and future contributions of the Hispanic community in Western New York. To learn more about Kaz Rodriguez and watch our interview anytime online, head over to gooddeedsbuffalo.tv. Now, on this episode of Good Deeds Buffalo, I will sit down with Manny Lezama with the Hispanic Heritage Cultural Institute to learn how he is not only helping Hispanic communities, but all minority communities here in Buffalo by leading the charge to fundraise and build a $10 million institute that will showcase the contributions of Hispanics in Western New York with art, cuisines, dance, and music. The institute will be the first of its kind in upstate New York and will include a 150-seat theater, a media lab, a learning lab, and guitar lessons. Meet Manny right after this message.
This edition of Good Deeds Buffalo was made possible thanks to the Hispanic Heritage Council of Western New York and some of their members that include these amazing Mexican restaurants. Taqueria Rancho Las Delicias, 1560 Niagara Street in Buffalo. Dine in, enjoy a drink at the bar, pick up lunch or dinner, or have your favorite dish delivered to you. Check out the hours and menu at taqueriaranchos.com or call 882-2800. There's more authentic Mexican food at Taqueria Rancho Dos at 445 Delaware Avenue in Buffalo that some say has the best Mexican bar in the 716 with daily Mexican food and drink specials. Go online for more at taqueriaranchosdowntown.com or call 844-8847. And in Tonawanda, check out Acapulco, serving delicious Mexican favorites with drink specials for everyone in the North Towns. Acapulco is at 707 Main Street, online at acapulcotonawanda.com. Call for more info at 525-1551. Thinking of dining out? Enjoy one or all of these authentic Mexican restaurants supporting hometown culture.
Joining me now in studio is Manny Lezama. Manny, thank you so much for coming on the show. Kaz told me what you were doing, and now you're leading the charge as the chairperson for the Hispanic Cultural Institute, and I knew that I needed to learn more about, this institute to share with Buffalo what it really means for us. Did you have experience working in the community prior to becoming the chairperson for the Hispanic Heritage Cultural Institute?
Yes, thank you, Jordan, for having me in Good Deeds. This show seems to be creating a lot of buzz in the city of Buffalo, so I appreciate the opportunity.
Absolutely.
I did have a great length of, I would say, great memories working with Gary Alice and Bob Rich with cystic fibrosis.
Okay.
Gary recently passed, and he had the biggest heart. He's a great individual who his daughter, Nicole, suffered from cystic fibrosis, and she was the inspiration for me to assist and get involved in Isla Morada in Florida, and we get all the boats to do the fishing tournaments.
Oh, wow.
And then we brought in the salmon fishing tournament into Lewiston with Gary Alice. And it's been a great opportunity for me to be able to get to Washington and to get the $1.5 million to bring it back to Western New York for the 300 patients then that were suffering from cystic fibrosis, and being involved in Children's Hospital with the ultrasound machines and to help with the pipelines. That is the most difficult part for a CF patient. So raising funds like that was always a great challenge. But But I always say that if you don't ask, what are you going to lose, right? Yeah. So we always go after the money and after the people that we know they are good leaders of the community and they're involved and people that always want to pay it forward. Yeah. You know, the city of Buffalo has always been, I think, very kind to one another. It's exceptional. I grew up in Brooklyn, New York, you know, being a Mexican American. And it's been great to come into a city like Buffalo, which is a city of good neighbors, you know, so it's great.
Now, what does having an Hispanic Heritage Cultural Institute mean to you?
Well, I think the Institute is going to definitely give us an opportunity to continue to value the traditions and the culture. As we grow into a different environment and a different country, when I came in, myself, I always value our traditions, the New Year's Eve dinner and the Christmas days and know, the holidays and just the things that were always important to our family, to get us together, to get us to appreciate one another and to value not only the family, to value the cultural things, the traditions that we value.
What is the mission of the Hispanic Heritage Cultural Institute?
The mission is to have the opportunity to embrace our cultures, to bring our community a destination that is going to be, I think, more of an open door for anybody, not just Hispanic. It's going to be able to give the opportunity for anyone that needs our services.
So pretty much the whole community and any minority maybe in the community will have resources available to them, right?
Yeah, so if you really look at Jordan, in Niagara Street, it's not only Hispanic Americans now, right? We have a huge diversity, and I mean, obviously it's great for Buffalo that we have that phenomenal diversity and inclusion in this 716 that makes us so strong.
It's so beautiful.
Even during the hard times that we didn't want to be part of the nonsense, protest or anything like that. I think our mayor, Byron Brown, did a phenomenal job with our city officials, and I think their leadership has a lot to do with it. Yeah. So the involvement and the things that they made us concentrate on, right? That's what keeps this city going. And the city is just amazing. Buffalo is the best. I love Buffalo.
Absolutely. I love being able to say that we are the city of good neighbors. And you know, on my next question I was going to ask, what are some of the programs the Institute will offer the community?
Well, the programs, there is a media center. There is going to be guitar lessons.
Wow. Guitar lessons, that's exciting.
Yeah, there is a great guitarist in here, and he's doing because of COVID-19 has put us in a tremendous situation, but we have done the virtual classes as well. Wow. So the opportunity computing system, there is a lot of the stream online media and things that the kids are going to be able just to jump in to do any type of cultural events, things that can be programmed throughout the week, and different events that can be obviously social events, political events, etc. There is going to be a huge diversity.
There's going to be just so many of events that you'll be able to take place, or excuse me, resources and programs that will be available at the Institute. Now, can you share some Hispanic heritage with me? You know, something maybe that might inspire me.
Well, I tell you what, the Hispanic heritage now is evolving, and it's evolving like it was in New York. You know, you always get to see the groups that they were separated at that time when I was growing up, and then it became one, and then everything became just so strong together, and that's what we're trying to do. Everybody's doing the parade on one side, and the Bronx had their own institutions, and you know, Queens had their own values and their own beliefs. At the end of the day, we all came together and we got so strong in New York. And now, if you really look at it, look at the Puerto Rican parade. You have millions and millions of people. And you not necessarily need to be Puerto Rican. Look at the Irish, you know, the Cinco de Mayo parade.
Yes,
those
absolutely.
are crazy parades, and that's what we need to bring in Buffalo. It not necessarily means just because you are who you are, you're not going to respect the other cultures.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of friends and family. We become family with some people that are not even related to you, but you become family to other cultures, and it's amazing how you merge those cultures, and then you get to learn Italian food, you get to learn Polish food. To me, the best thing is to do is value the opportunity, me as a culinarian, as a foodie, to have the opportunity to utilize the spices to cross any border I want. I can go in any country I want tonight, and
That is a good way to put it.
I can have Asian food, I can have Italian food, I can have anything I want because I know how to utilize those spices. So I think that food is the greatest weapon that makes us so strong as a chef and as a culinary and a food service director. You always look at that opportunity because food is the only thing that has brought us together.
Yeah. I mean, really, I mean, if you think about it over the years, food has brought humans together for centuries. Now, this kind of brings me to the next question. I heard that you are quite the local celebrity chef. In fact, you spent some time on the Food Network. How was that experience?
I had the opportunity to work with great chefs. In fact, we recently had, a few years ago, we brought Alton Brown into Buffalo State. And
that's exciting.
Had the opportunity to share the grounds with Mai Pham, who is another Food Network chef. Doing food styling for chefs like that is really a great experience, right? And nobody ever thinks of, wow, this guy. I got the opportunity to meet with Anthony Bourdain, who was just amazing. He had obviously challenges in life, like many of us do have. Food service is not easy. I think it's I always say that in food service, you gotta almost be treated as a veteran, you know, because you always, I think you expense your family, the holidays, you're always working. You work on Mother's Day, Easter brunch, every Saturday, Sunday. And when you go to a restaurant that you know, puts 500-600 reservations
that's
at nighttime, and then you are tired at 1 o'clock in the morning, and then for some reason you come back the next day for more beating, right? So it's an addiction of work and becoming a workaholic. But we spare our families, you know. I know my dearest friend, Russ Salvatore, he's worked 70 years in the industry.
Russ Salvatore, another local name who surely does so many good deeds in Western New York, that's for sure.
He's always been a mentor to me. You know, I owe him my sobriety, and my gratitude for Russ is always going to be amazing. But he's a person that has worked 70 years, and during the pandemic, he was kind of upset because he wasn't working in that holiday. You know, there was nobody to see. There was just solitude became a problem, but for not just him, obviously myself and everybody. I think we went through a lot of difficult times, but you know, we're only strong together. We're only strong with food, and we're only strong with being part of one another's and treat each other with kindness and respect. And don't be taken by the ignorance of other people. Just be accountable for you.
And you had mentioned being sober. How long have you been sober, Manny?
Well, 11 years and 5 months.
Wow, that is amazing. And you had mentioned, so Russ Salvatore kind of helped you, and he kind of was able to help you get out of that situation.
Well, you know, when you have great people, you know, I know Bob Rich helped me out a lot. I work for Bob and Russ, and there is a lot of great people in the community that never knew. You don't know you have a problem until you surrender and you give up. And it's a matter of you deciding what you want to do. You know, I put my children first, I put my family first, and I surrender. You know, I'm
getting the chills as we're doing this interview because what you're saying is so powerful. You seen that you'd realized it became a problem, and you moved past it to do beautiful things.
Yeah, so I had the opportunity to speak in front of some of the students of Buffalo State too, and you know, I have the opportunity to work, to speak in RIT and other colleges, and I wish I would have had that when I was in school. I wish somebody would have said, you know what, I'm going to bring a keynote speaker today, and the keynote speaker is going to talk about drug addiction, and is going to talk about depression, is going to talk about other things that are happening now. To me, if I would have had that, but you didn't. You had the friends that were saying, yeah, do another shot, you can do it, come on. You know, so they antagonize you to do more harm to yourself. And I think that people are not talking about what's really important. To me, I'm an open book now. You know, I have nothing to regret. I'm sober, I'm grateful every day. I do my daily inventory every day. I have 2 beautiful children, my beautiful wife. You know, there is a lot to be thankful for. But I could be picking up bottles from the dumpster, or I could have been doing something more harm to myself. But when you're in that situation, nothing can harm you. So if you're a significant other to another person with addiction, you can really threaten them and say, hey, if you don't do this, if you don't stop, I'm gonna do this to you. It doesn't work because for addicts or alcoholics, we stop trains coming in. We stop bullets, right?
Yeah.
So nothing is impossible for us to do. But I think it has to do with me. I pay it forward every day, and anytime that phone rings and I have the ability to help other people that are in my industry. I was with someone over this weekend, and to me, I know they need help. They're ready to get help. But they got to pick up the phone and they got to be ready. So if they're ready, they can come and get me, and I'll be happy to spend some time with them, sure.
Well, thank you. I appreciate you being so vulnerable and sharing your story to our viewers. Now, can you tell us a little bit about the Hispanic Heritage District and what's down there?
Well, as you can see, there is a lot of money that has been spent now with the renovation and all of that. The Hispanic Institute is definitely going to become a great focal point. And hopefully it's not going to deteriorate from what is being evolved in the past 2 years, right? There is a lot of things and a lot of people like Charlie Torres and Wilmer Olivencia who are part of the community, and they're big focal points. And you know, to me, I joined Cas Rodriguez because he's just an amazing individual. He's a great person.
His personality is just...
All really that what we need to do is we just need to become one. We just need to remember what the mission is in front of us, and remember that if we get together stronger, we're going to be more than anything. And we can be better than New York. We can be better than anybody. We can be just a unique, because of the culture we already have in Buffalo.
Yeah.
Imagine that. So
we already have the ingredients. We just got to put it together.
Put the sauce
and
together.
we have a chef right here who's going to help us do that.
I want to blend those. I want to blend those people and just say, let's go and let's just get ready to rumble in here.
That is awesome. What are some goals that you are looking to achieve with the Institute? I
think that the mainly opportunity is to have the ability to share our culture and our traditions and our recipes and our holidays, and share it with everybody.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people, when they say, well, Cinco de Mayo, and you know, a lot of people have a different perspective of
what it really means or what it's celebrating.
It's always great to be able to share those statistics of, you know, the food that really goes on during Cinco de Mayo. Obviously, the margaritas are the most consumed in the world in that day, right?
Yeah.
But it's not just about the margarita. It's about the values of, and we want to educate people. We want to be able to tell them the story of what really happened, right? And not just the Hispanic traditions, being able to share with your friend that you're going to bring that may be from a different nation, different country, and say, hey, come on, I'm going to take you to this institute. I want you to learn this guitar class with me. I want you to take this computer class with me. I want you to see this. This is an opportunity for us to also give back to the community, right?
Yeah.
Especially our seniors and, you know, our veterans, you know, our young adults, to give them something to do so they're not out in trouble or finding trouble. Because if you're looking for trouble, trouble is going to find you first.
Yes.
Right? So give them something to do to maintain that, you know, and obviously have the ability to have an office in there that people with addiction or people with, they may have depression or something, that we be able to say, hey, go in there, walk in the door, open the door, just look around.
And we're going to help. Well, that is just wonderful.
We're here to help you. Yeah.
How can our viewers watching help you in the Hispanic Heritage Cultural Institute?
I think mainly it's just they got to get involved. Obviously, Cas Rodriguez, we have that website that it's in the bottom of the teleprompt. So we need to be able to share that and contribute, right? Every penny counts. I always talk about when I was doing Roswell and Linda Kahn at the time, probably about 15, 20 years ago, we were raising a lot of money for Roswell, and we started doing those cookies.
Cookies, yep.
And we sold cookies in Western New York to restaurants like Denny's. And I remember Linda, and we just didn't think that we were going to be able to collect that much money. And then the little hearts and the hands, and all of a sudden you have a lot of money in that bucket.
Yeah.
And I was involved with Roswell with Linda Kahn, and she was just a phenomenal person with so much energy. And Linda Kahn has actually helped us with our presentations and marketing and things that we needed to do. But those are the things that, We just need to be able to get the community involved. Every cent counts for us. Everything that people have, you changing a car, we need it. So pick that change, drop it off to us. We're going to have those collection boxes available. We're going to create events that are going to be reachable. We're going to create virtual classes. We're going to be able to open the doors, and because now the pandemic is now finally settling down.
Yeah.
With gratitude to all the people that have worked throughout, right?
Yes,
in
very much.
Just the hospital systems and doctors and nurses and first responders and officers. We got to be thankful to all of them that keep us, in check. But now is go time. Now we got to be able to say, all right, let's try to plan those events so we can now get the money that we need to open the doors to that building. $10 million seems a lot, but in reality, $10 million is nothing.
Yes.
We have such a great people in the community. We already have a great assistance from National Grid, M&T Bank, Carl Palladino, who his heart is so big as well.
Those are some wonderful
potential
sponsors you're able to
donors,
wind up. And
Russ Salvatore, everybody that has something to do in the community. People are so involved in the community,
It's just wonderful. You know what? We'll be back to wrap up our show after this message.
This edition of Good Deeds Buffalo was made possible thanks to the Hispanic Heritage Council of Western New York and some of their members that include these amazing Mexican restaurants. Taqueria Rancho Las Delicias, 1516 Niagara Street in Buffalo. Dine in, enjoy a drink at the bar, pick up lunch or dinner, or have your favorite dish delivered to you. Check out the hours and menu at taqueriaranchos.com or call 882-2800. There's more authentic Mexican food at Taqueria Rancho Dos at 445 Delaware Avenue in Buffalo that some say has the best Mexican bar in the 716 with daily Mexican food and drink specials. Go online for more at taqueriaranchosdowntown.com or call 844-8847. And in Tonawanda, check out Acapulco, serving delicious Mexican favorites with drink specials for everyone in the North Towns. Acapulco is at 707 Main Street, online at acapulcotonawanda.com. Call for more info at 525-1551. Thinking of dining out? Enjoy one or all of these authentic Mexican restaurants supporting hometown culture.
Yo sé lo que son los encantos de mi borinquen hermosa, por eso la quiero yo tanto, por siempre la llamaré preciosa. Yo sé de sus hembras trigueñas, sé del olor de sus rosas, por eso a mi tierra riqueña, pues siempre la llamaré preciosa. Isla del Caribe, isla del Caribe, Borinquen, preciosa te llaman las olas del mar que te bañan. Preciosa por ser un encanto, por ser un Edén. Y tienes la noble igualdía de Madre España y el fiero cantillo del indio bravío lo tienes también. Preciosa te llaman los bardos que cantan tu historia. No importa el tirado te trate con negra maldad. Preciosa sea sin banderas, sin lauros ni gloria. Preciosa, preciosa te llaman los hijos de la los bardos que cantan tu historia. No importa el tirano te trate con negra maldad. Preciosa será sin banderas, sin laros ni gloria. Preciosa, preciosa, te llaman los hijos de la
Welcome back to Good Deeds Buffalo. I'm your host, Jordan James. We are here with my guest, Manny Lezama, with the Hispanic Heritage Cultural Institute to learn how he is not only helping the Hispanic community, but all minority communities here in Buffalo by leading the charge to fundraise and build a $10 million institute. That will be the first of its kind in upstate New York. It will include a 150-seat theater, a media center, learning labs, and guitar lessons. I really enjoy being able to do the next part of the show most. I reached out to my friend Jessie, who is a 200-hour certified yoga teacher focusing on restorative and gentle yoga, and she's donated a relaxation session for you and 4 friends. She'll focus on simple, gentle movements to create space in your mind. Here you go.
Thank you.
She'll connect with your breaths while she quiets your mind. I've reached out to my friend Lisa, who works over at the Woodhouse Day Spa in Buffalo, and she'd also like to give you a $50 gift card to their spa, Manny.
Well, thank you, Jordan. Lisa and Jesse, definitely, we're going to come down and spend some time with you.
Wonderful. Do you know someone you would like for me to nominate for their good deed on Good Deeds Buffalo? Someone you would say is kind, loving, and puts everyone around them first? Head over to gooddeedsbuffalo.tv and fill out the quick and easy nomination form. If selected, we'll reach out to you for more information. Thank you so much for coming on the show, Manny, and I look forward to seeing what the Institute looks like when it's done. You can learn how to help Manny Lezama and his mission to fund the Hispanic Heritage Cultural Institute online at gooddeedsbuffalo.tv. I want to thank our sponsors, the Hispanic Heritage Council of Western New York, and
we want to thank Taqueria Rancho Uno and Dos, and also the restaurant Acapulco.
And I would like to thank Yoga with Jessie, the Woodhouse Day Spa, and of course, the wonderful WBBZ TV. Until next time, I'm Jordan James, and this is Good Deeds Buffalo. Thanks for watching. Remember, hate is in the moment, love is forever.